Sit your ass down.
You just sit your ass down and
Sit your ass down. Sit your $5 ass down before I make 10.
Man, sit your ass down.
Look, I say this every week. Sit your ass down. It's not to bully. It's not to belittle. It's not to shame. This is what we like to do, our PSA, public service announcement. Sometimes you get lost in your own sauce. Sometimes you're doing too much. And here at the Just Talk with Sam podcast, we need to pull you aside and say, hey, brother, hey, sister, sit your ass down. Because you're embarrassing yourself, you're embarrassing the culture, and quite honestly, it ain't looking good for you. You're not having a good time. First sit your ass down go to, I gotta be honest, this is a Kardashian free sit your ass down.
Oh gosh.
They didn't show up this week. But one person, out of all the hype, out of all the shit that we had to endure, first sit your ass down this week go to my man. And you call it nitpicky, he barely made sit your ass down. I'd be the first one to tell you. Lonzo Ball. See, Lonzo Ball accepted the NBA Summer League's MVP. I don't know how. I got to be honest. I didn't know the NBA Summer League had an MVP. I didn't even know that shit. But out of all the hype, the big baller brand and all that other shit, this motherfucker accepted that paper mache looking award. And that's not me. That's my man Rappaport. I give my man all types of credit for that.
Mike Rappaport?
Mike Rappaport.
Okay.
You can hear him on I Am Rappaport
Mike
podcast.
Rappaport is all right with me.
Yeah, that's. Hey, I was a guest on his podcast.
And that's the same brother that was in Higher Learning, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was with me.
Zebrahead.
I was a guest on his podcast, and I was honored to be a guest. I extend the offer back to him whenever he in the D, he could show up, be on the Just Talk with Sam podcast. But Mike Rapp, you know, he pointed something out, and I didn't even notice after I watched this shit. Lonzo Ball accepted the award, the MVP of Summer League, in flip-flops. If for nothing else, all we had to hear about this NBA season, big baller brand, the shoes and the this and the that and everything else with big baller brand. This motherfucker come in with some City Trends, dollar store flip-flops. Oh, I'm sorry, you couldn't get no shoes? This is your daddy's company. They didn't make no shoes for your ass? Look, this motherfucker is just courting Nike, courting Reebok, or anybody who giving them that deal. I think the big baller brand, and I love it. And I was one of the main components, because I looked at LeVar Ball, I was like, shit, I could totally end up being that guy. Out of all that shit talking that we had to go through for over 6 months, this motherfucker showed up in some flip-flops. Sit your ass down, LeVar. Not LeVar. You know what? LeVar too, I don't know why, but you get to sit your ass down by proxy. But Lonzo Ball, out of all this shit that we had to listen to, how many times did you had to hear the big baller brand and all you want to do is watch a goddamn basketball game? This motherfucker showing flip-flops. Sit your ass down.
Okay.
That's personal. I'll be the first one. I'll be the first one to say this shit. Alright. Next person on the list for the Sit Your Ass Down award. You may not know him. He's not a household name. But he soon will be. Because he did some dumb shit. And I can't believe I'm talking about this. My man is Mark Crop. Remember Mark Crop? You don't know Mark Crop. I look over here. She don't know Mark Crop. Mark Crop is an Australian young man. Got drunk one night and got a face tattoo. Tattoo crosses beard line. Can we pull that up? I think we can pull that up. Tasha, we got the Mark Crop pic, you know, because you need a picture to describe this motherfucker. Alright, Mark Crop is an Australian young man who down, and I'm using air quotes, down with the culture, Got a tattoo. You looking at the screen?
Yeah, that's him.
Cross his face.
So goes to find work.
Look.
I bet.
See the face tattoo? It's called.
That's. You never get a facial tattoo.
Yeah.
Never get a.
He got tattoo. Devastate like a beard all across.
I was just looking at the picture on here.
Yeah. Oh, you can look at
I have it right here.
There. All right, but either way, Mark Crop is pissed and took his raise to social media because I bullshit you not. He can't find a job.
Surprise.
He can't find a job. Now, I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I'm pretty sure if you get a face tattoo in the beard formation,
on the face formation,
yeah.
What did you try to play at the bank?
Lord only knows where he tried to apply to, but he can't find a job. I wonder fucking why.
No, what happened was.
Oh, you can defend him.
Yeah, because they forced him to get the tattoo in prison.
No, his brother gave him the tattoo
in prison.
You can say
no. They said he got held down and he got forced.
I'm not gonna bullshit you, nigga. My brother just called me and I couldn't have answered that call.
You can say no in prison if you choose.
You could, but you can't find a job.
That's what they said now.
All right, so Mark Crop, me to you. I know the update is that somebody gave him a construction job, but from me to you, for you bitching about you not getting a job, please, for me, you, Tasha, anybody else, Mark Crop, sit your ass down.
All right.
I got. We got a lot of money.
He getting it removed for free. Thank God. So he
getting it removed
for free.
You out of here, man? All right, man. All right. That was BK, man. You can check out my man BK on no social media because, well, he's just plain not on one. It's just what it is. All right. Next, sit your ass down. Go to the good folks. And I'm being generous. I love this guy, T.O. Terrell Owens.
What are you doing, man?
See, you know how we've been talking about the big three over here on this podcast. It's a pretty cool way to see your old school guys on the, you know, they get a chance to play basketball, they get a chance to do their thing. You get a chance to see Iverson again. You get a chance to see all the people who not old enough to be in the league, but it's a good enough chance to be. See, T.O. see this fad, and he's trying to join the big three.
The basketball big three?
The basketball big three.
Ain't he a football player?
Exactly.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with hope.
He had this going on thing, and it's a big thing, and he's going on social media, and he's crying to TMZ, and he's saying, like, hey, I should be able to join, and I should be able to do all of these things. Actually, after all of this, he finally reached out to the head muckety-muck of the big three.
Okay.
Ice Cube, the dime Mecca.
I'm pretty sure Ice Cube cussed him out.
Yay! We got a clip of Ice Cube's response to T.O.'s plea to be in the big three. Can we get that? Can we get that audio, please?
Okay.
Hey Cube, can T.O. play in the big three, man?
Big three for NBA players.
Oh, hey Cube.
Short and sweet, my man Cube nailed it down. If you missed that, Ice Cube said what? What did Ice Cube say?
He said, no, big three is for basketball. NBA players. I can't say basketball players. Everybody think they're basketball players. But NBA players.
And T.O., after hearing this news, went right back on social media and says he still loves the big three even after Ice Cube dissed him.
It wasn't a diss.
It wasn't a diss.
It's just saying there are rules here, T.O., and unfortunately, you don't meet the qualifications to be a part of this. But if they have a big three football, you can join that.
Now here we go.
In a matter of speaking,
I want to sit back with this one. We got this. You got this. T.O., I don't think I'm the first person to tell you this, but T.O., sit your ass down. And lastly, certainly not leastly, if you lived under a rock this week, you missed this. Michael Vick. Look, let me tell you something about Michael Vick. Michael Vick, down with the culture, down with football.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a very underrated quarterback. I got to be honest. I mean, he was the shit when he played for the Falcons, when he played for the Eagles. Shit, when he played for Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Michael Vick. You know what? I ain't doing it so much. I want the words coming from his mouth when it comes down to Colin Kaepernick.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Vick was on Fox Sports 1. I think it was the Cowherd, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Speak for Yourself. Sorry. Speak for Yourself. Let's play a little bit of Michael Vick when it comes down to Colin Kaepernick. His thoughts on Colin Kaepernick.
I think he really does. The first thing we got to get Colin to do is cut his hair. You know, I mean, listen, I'm not up here to try to be politically correct, but, you know, even if he puts cornrows in it, I don't think he should represent himself, you know, in that way in terms of, you know, just the hairstyle. Just go clean cut. You know, why not?
Where do I start with that?
Oh,
all right,
God.
Michael Vick.
So much, but go ahead.
Michael Vick, dog. His deal. Let's separate. Hold on. You want to take this?
From a former cornrow owner. Or
yes. He rocked the cornrows.
You are speaking from a place of a person who went to prison.
Yes.
You, sir, Michael Vick, went to prison. This is no allegedly. This is straight facts. Michael Vick, if you are not familiar with Michael Vick was the QB of the Philly.
No, Philly. You could toss it over with the Falcons.
Where did he start?
Falcons.
He was the QB, right?
Yeah.
He was the QB of the Falcons and other teams later. Michael Vick was fighting dogs, which if you stay in the hood, this is one of the things.
It is a thing, but not a good thing.
It's not a good thing for people to fight pit bulls, but it happens. So, like in the Mexican community, they fight chickens, cockfights.
Yeah.
Not legal.
But
it's inhumane. It's even though they're not human beings, but it's not something you should do. So Michael Vick went to prison for fighting dogs, bet money on, blah blah blah, so forth and so on. This is a rich NFL athlete who does not have to do this, who is just doing this for fun. He went to jail. Image tarnish. You're already black, so you got strikes against you already. You got cornrows. You look like a typical thug. So you already got these strikes against you, and you was doing some stereotypical hood stuff like fighting pit bulls.
Yep.
So you went to prison for. Therefore, whoever your lawyer was, your image consultant, your publicist, they said, Mike, you need to cut your cornrows. You need to look more presentable to the court. Maybe we can get your time down if you cut those cornrows off.
Understandable.
Okay, understandable. Fast forward years down the line, Michael Vick he does like 2.5, 3 years, I think, right?
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
He did too.
I know he did too for sure. And he did his time in prison for what he did. Michael Vick gets out of prison, and he played for like a year or two, I think, after he got out, or maybe more. And now he's a commentator, which is fine and dandy. So my point is, he cleaned up his image because he was facing jail time. He cut his hair because he was facing jail time. Colin Kaepernick is in a place where he didn't renew his contract with his original team. And he's also at a place where he's exercising his right as an American citizen to use his voice, to use his actions to bring about a change from daily injustices that we as black people see every day. So to tell this man, another black man, if you cut your hair, the black man that ain't never been to prison,
non-criminal. I want to make that plain. That wasn't. He's not.
I'm getting that, to tell a black man who's never had a criminal offense, a criminal record, none of this stuff. Colin Kaepernick is about as clean as a bill of health. And I'm being honest with you. Yeah, he covered in tattoos, whatever. But realistically, he was raised by white parents. He was given up for adoption. So forth, so on, raised by white parents. So he about as clean as the board of health. They made sure he went to school, made sure he did what he had to do. Now he's using his God-given right, his constitutional right, to use his voice to stand up against injustice. And the fact that no NFL teams picked him up yet, which they still could, mid-season trades, all that stuff happens at a point. So to say that maybe a team would want you if you cut your hair, nigga, no, that's not how that works. As a black man, you should never tell nobody to change their image, an image that kind of has been with him since this whole thing. You know, the kneeling during the national anthem, and speaking up against police brutality and so forth and so on. This has been his image for this thing. He's trying to bring about a change. So to tell this man, let me shuck and jive for these white folks.
Where is the crime?
Hold on. It's not a crime. That's my point. To tell this black guy, oh, I shucked and jived for the white man. You should do it too. Cut your hair. Maybe the white people will want you. No, you're gonna want me on my God-given ability.
Look, and it's still time.
He's not a bad quarterback because his stats alone, even coming off the bench, his stats were better than
you drafted him.
All of
you drafted him fantasy football.
I had him for like a week.
Yeah, you drafted him.
But to tell a black man, like I said, that bullcrap, and he does his job. He's been to the Super Bowl. He won one.
No, he didn't.
He didn't win?
No, he made it there. Got his ass kicked. No, he did not.
Okay,
he did not win.
I misspoke.
He made it to the
he made the Super Bowl and almost made it the second time. So apparently he's a talented football player.
Look, here it is. If I had to, you took a lot of my points from me, but if I had to sit down and think about a team, Colin Kaepernick could still go to. He can go to Jacksonville. He still got a lot of options. Mm-hmm. He tried out with Seattle. There's still teams available for him, but the thing that you nailed a lot of that. Mm-hmm. Mike Vick went on a criminal shit. He was facing jail time. Mm-hmm. Colin Kaepernick is pretty much the villain of public opinion. Mm-hmm. People don't want to pick him up because they feel as though it may be too hot right now to pick him up. But this is one of these things where you win off the field. Because what he's done off the field, he's given to charities. He's given half his money to, like, different causes. He's fighting with Black Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. My man gave money in Meals on Wheels. I mean, like, shit like that. Hey, maybe, and I'm only speaking in me, mm-hmm. football may not be his calling. It just may be a ways to a mean.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the reason you got that, the reason you are getting the sit your ass down, Michael Vick, because you nailed a lot of the points I wanted to make, mm-hmm. is because you was going to jail.
Oh, yeah.
So you need to clean up that image.
You need to look like as squeaky clean as a black man facing them type of charges could look at
Last
the time.
time I checked, Colin Kaepernick,
nigga,
all right,
you don't even need 360s in your hair.
Hey, I rock with Colin Kaepernick.
For all our listeners who are unfamiliar with 360s, that's what happens to your hair.
At this point, Google it.
When you brush it as a black man. That's what happens to your hair if you brush it and treat it nicely.
We getting around that time.
So sit down.
Excuse me. Sit your ass down,
Mr. Michael Vick.